What's up, everybody? Good morning. Mike Lindsley back with you for an ML Sports Take brought to you by Stumbling Monkey Brewing Company, Stanley Law Offices, and our great friends over at Camillus Golf Club. What a win for St. Bonaventure last night. I'll be the first to tell you, in this business of being, a sports media person, a fan, whatever the case may be, however objective or subjective you may be, you make predictions, you get them right, you make predictions, and you get them wrong. And sometimes you make picks against the club that is your favorite, and you really hope you're wrong. And every time I obviously would pick against, but the Bonnies, the Bills, whoever, I want to be wrong. So that's out there first. The second thing is, as we start to break down this game, I want to start with a couple of things. One, the way the season's gone, losing at home to Northern Iowa, losing huge at Mason, the Dayton travel situation and getting dusted there. So many bad performances, blowing out against Virginia Tech on a neutral floor. All of this happening, of course, okay, while they're Charleston champions. I think while things started to fall down the basketball mountain a little bit, we still in the back of our mind said, this team won the Charleston Classic. They beat 3 Power 5 teams. They beat quality teams, quality coaches in a major tournament on major television. And there still was that thought behind, like, this team still has to have a little of that in it, right? And last night proved that it's a long season, too. And so I think that's the first thing. The second thing is St. Bonaventure got out-rebounded 39-30. And it was weird because at times I felt like they had the edge, and then at other times I felt like St. Louis was out-rebounding them by 20, but it turns out that they were out-rebounded by 9, and the Bonnies shot 3 of 13 from three-point land. I would have preferred them to shoot 5 or 6 less of those because, again, before the game I had talked about, the Lofton, Holmes, Attaway trio kind of getting inside, and making things happen, drawing fouls and all the rest. The Bonnies, they shot 12 free throws. Actually, both teams were 7 for 12 from the free throw line. Really could have used a little bit more there in terms of attempts. But what I'm getting at is that even though they had a poor three-point shooting percentage, they were out-rebounded. They made up for it with with 2 things. One, defense. This team starts and ends with defense. That's the bottom line. It all starts with defense with this team. And if you end up with a win, it was probably because of the defense. They locked down on St. Louis so well with those inside guys and even the guards on the outside. Now, St. Louis got some open three-point shots. They went 6 for 21, but that's only a 28.6% clip. 18 points from 3. If you do all those other things I talked about, you're going to have some success. St. Louis, by the way, got 15 bench points last night out of Linson and Hargrove combined, right? Where the Bonnies, in classic Bonnies fashion, only got 4 points off the bench, although I thought Koulibaly was really, really good in terms of just his activity, 3 steals, etc. You look at this St. Louis team, though, I mean, Yuri Collins, you knew he was going to get his, and he did. 18 points, 8 for 15. He's a really nice player. But, they did a heck of a job on Thatch Jr. They did a really, really great job. Nesbitt didn't even score. Okoro, I'll tell you what, going into that game, I thought to myself, if you can keep him even under like 20, well, he was at 14. I just thought he was a real problem going into this game with what he brings to the table in terms of, where he positions on the floor and sort of his ability to get to the rim with a couple of quick steps or being able to hit, mid-range jump shots. But St. Bonaventure, this was a defensive game for them. And within that defensive game, oh my God, they had 8 blocks. Oshun had 6. And I'm going there next. Because Oshuni, and I know my man Matt Motika and some others, hit me up and were like, oh, they need Oshun every night. And I realized that. But I thought that they needed them in an even bigger way in this game because of the size and the absolute inside skill and the ability, for those guys to be powerful and yet use finesse, within the 5 to 10 to 12 range. Those forwards are very talented. And Oshun really dominated. I mean, he was 6 for 8 from the floor, missed his 2 free throws, but he had 6 rebounds, 6 blocks, and 12 points. And I was thinking to myself going in, okay, maybe you can get a 15-10-2 game. You chop off a few points, you chop off a few rebounds, and you add 3-4 blocks to it, pretty good. I mean, pretty darn good performance there from Oshun. And then the other guys did their thing. I mean, this is tough as nails. I mean, Attaway's tough as nails. Holmes is tough as nails. Lofton is tough as nails. And you know what? One of my favorite shots going in this offense is when they get moving, when they get going, when they don't settle for the outside three-point shot. It's Kyle Lofton inside the three-point arc. It's that quick little, use a screen, dribble up a little bit, and the defender either is lost on the way or you didn't need the screen and the defender thinks he's going right to the hole and he pulls up extremely fast and it's just a bang. It's just that shot, that jump shot. When Lofton starts hitting those and getting in rhythm, he's a big-time point guard out there from a scoring standpoint. That just opens things up a lot. Then you see guys cutting more. It's a huge element of Bonnie's offense. 40 minutes played last night for Lofton, Welch, and Holmes. Man, I don't know. Attaway, 37 minutes. I'll tell you, with about 3.5 minutes left to go, this game, I was looking at this and going, are they going to hang on? Seriously, they look so gassed. Are they going to hang on here? And they did. So credit St. Bonaventure, no question about it. A couple other points here. The first of which is obviously in the second half, the key was you're down 34-30. You're up 34-30 at the break, okay? And then it was 36-33, 38-33, 38-35, and 38-37, 40-37, right? And St. Bonnie, you kind of were getting the sense that when Kyle Lofton made that layup just inside 12 minutes with some of the defensive possessions they were getting, because it was one after another after another. Actually, Holmes made the three-pointer, assisted by Kyle Lofton, and then it was Collins' missed jump shot, trading possessions back and forth. Nobody scored for a good, almost minute. Trading turnovers, trading missed shots. Lofton makes a layup. Bonaventure goes out, gets a ton of stops again. They get a bucket back. Attaway answers 50-42. And then, it just seemed like at that particular point, it was a really, really confident group from a defensive standpoint. When Bonaventure gets stops in a row, one after another, that's when you know that this team has a real shot. This club also, in the first half, I mean, wasn't that something? St. Bonnie went on at one point it was a 16-0 run. Let's see, 25-16, 25-18, 25-20. Yeah, I mean, they went on some kind of run there in the first half. I think it was 16-0 or 16-2, somewhere in there. At one point, though, up double digits and just getting really after it and getting the confidence going in this game. I was really impressed just across the board. Again, tall order, road game, lot to ask this team. And they came out and really, really played well. Physicality and, of course, the defensive end, the two biggest reasons, of course. And then you had the guys who play all the time in the starting five who got it done. And Oshun, out of all those guys, I thought really needed to come up big against a talented, physical, finesse-type front court in St. Louis. Let's see if St. Bonaventure can keep it going. That's obviously what we're looking at here. This team already still has 7 losses. And my final thought here is that it's funny because when Bonaventure won, it was an immediate, people hitting me, they're going to win out. They're going to win out. you people were saying that we're dying for just one win. Now they got to have a rematch on Valentine's Day, Monday at 5 o'clock on CBS Sports Network against St. Louis. You win that game, and then you've got home games with UMass, Duquesne, Rhode Island. Those all should be wins at home. 2 tough road contests, St. Joe's, VC, home for Richmond. Maybe there is something to that, but I think that it's got to be a Game 7 approach. And the reminder that I would have for everybody who sent me that they're going to win out, they could win out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games and be 21-7. They won't sniff an at-large still, because those losses at Mason, all the ones I talked about, right? Like losing the way they did at Dayton, blowing out on a neutral for Virginia Tech, the Northern Iowa game killed you. I think, it at large is just not possible now. I think it's, it's pride. It's getting a win like last night. It's trying to get hot at the right time at the end of the year and getting one of the top 4 seeds, right, in the A-10 tournament for the double bye, and then utilizing that resting up just a little bit for the starting five, and then going and gunning for it in the A10 tournament. That's basically where we are right now in mid-February. Thanks for watching. Mike Lindsley with you. It's an ML Sports Take brought to you by our good friends at the Vince Aguirre Consulting Group, Welch & Company Jewelers, Camillus Golf Club, and Stanley Law Offices. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.